So we started Ennovate Ventures with a simple idea to support the early stage businesses that are often overlooked by the VCs. In Tanzania and most market like a smaller market like Tanzania, the little guys are the only one that being left out because there is no funding that match their need. You can see a lot of VC coming to Tanzania, coming with bigger fund that will not match the need and the preference of these businesses, and most of the time they tend to abandon these businesses and chasing the dreams that are not here. So we started Ennovate Ventures to seal that gap, to make sure that we support these businesses and create pipeline for these bigger investors. So we decided to tailor our program to become more impact-based, looking at the needs of the businesses and the demand from investors and match them together. And so far, we've worked with more than 1,200 businesses, and through our programs, we facilitated and deployed more than $2 million to these businesses. And on the same spirit of supporting these early stage businesses, we noticed that no one here in our market is taking the risk, is willing to take a risk to put money and invest in these early stage businesses. You can see in our market, most of the funding that are available, most of them are donor fund, or maybe it's debt, and maybe it's from external investors, but no one in Tanzania was willing to take that risk to put money into these businesses. And that's why when you see like most of investors that are coming in, they are looking at, okay, why don't we as Tanzanians take the risk, and why should they invest while we are not taking that risk? And knowing that, we decided to launch our founder focused fund, the next fund, where we focus on deploying investment to these early stage businesses. So far we are deploying between 20 to 50,000 USD to these early stage businesses, with the understanding that deploying money to them will unlock more opportunity to these businesses. Will also bring that appetite from external investors looking in our market, seeing that there are some Tanzanians willing to take that risk, so they can also have that same hunger, same spirit to come and invest in these businesses. Looking ahead into supporting and contributing into achieving Tanzania Development Vision 2050, Ennovate Ventures is well positioned by leveraging on multiplier effect. This means that the more startup that we support will equate to more employment created. So let's say when we support one business, that one business go ahead and create 4 employment. And let's say you do that, you multiply by 10, multiply by 100. So the more business that we support, that means the more employment opportunities are created and more impact is being generated through the program that we support. So we are utilizing our own resources and our partner resources to make sure that the businesses and the startup are getting the value and the support that they need to scale and excel. One of the biggest challenge in Tanzania that is faced by most startups is on compliance. Most of these businesses, they fail to comply to even basic regulations because of the stage that they are. For example, an idea level student from University of Dar es Salaam is building an AI-based system, and that person is required to register a business and be regulated as same as someone maybe in Tanzania working on business on maize. So you can see they have different needs, different value, and often maybe different channel of the communication, different channels of how they reach their customer, different people, different audience. But then you come like they are all regulated the same. So due to this, most of these businesses fail to even pass that initial stage. Most of them end up dying, most of them end up to close because they don't see the support that they need. They don't see the policy that support and regulate them. So I think what Tanzania Startup Association is trying to do right now to create this policy that can help regulate startup based on the level they are and based on their need, by tailor what they need and channel them into this policy, will eventually help these businesses to get the most out of it. And if they are regulated properly, they are regulated based on their need, they'll be able to stand out and scale and reach even past the value of death, where we lose most of the businesses. So I'd like to invite all startup, early stage founders, investors, policymakers, and other stakeholder and ecosystem builders to come and join us at Tanzania Startup Week. because this is the week where we get to talk, we get to discuss about all things startup, all things that matters to startup, all things that matters to making the environment for startup to scale. Please join us. And for startup, you get to meet different stakeholders, you get to meet investors, angel investors, venture capitalists, and different donors that you can work with, and meet your peers. Maybe you don't know, you can maybe secure your first investment, secure your first partner, and be able maybe to even scale. You don't know who you're going to meet. You might meet new partners. Please come join us. Let's together amplify and energize the entrepreneurship ecosystem.